Hey, Bobby Manning here. Welcome to the Garden Report from inside Auerbach Center. Second day of training camp. Finish here for the Celtics. And we got to talk to Malcolm Brogdon, getting acclimated with his teammates for the first time. A new coach in Joe Mazzulla had quite a bit to say about his role this year, as well as his first interactions with his teammates. Much like his introduction with the team, very amicable, looking to compliment his teammates. Almost seems like he's ready for a reserve role with this team. Here's what he had to say about his expectations for his first year here in Boston.
Being unselfish is one. A guy like me that's coming in here, I'm not going to be the first or second option. It's being willing to sacrifice. I came from a team where I was a leading scorer, and guys know that. They know what I can do. They know what I did. So to come in here and be able to sacrifice and turn down shots to get a better shot or to set these other guys up, that shows a lot.
Where does that mindset to the game come from? Because obviously when you make it to this level, you've been successful to a certain level. And then to kind of pull back a little bit for the betterment of the team. What's the key to having that mindset when you get to this level?
I think it's about keeping everything in perspective and being honest with yourself about where you are in your career, what type of players you're playing with, and what your real goal is. Is your goal to make money? Is your goal to get a lot of stats and outscore people, or is your goal to win? At this point in my career, my goal is to win. So I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that happens.
Now, Brogdon also called the Celtics team right up there with the Bucks team, probably 2019-ish, the most talented roster he's gotten a chance to work with. We heard from Grant that he was vocal with the second unit in terms of calling out assignments and plays and all the different things communication-wise this team is emphasizing, particularly on the ball movement front. I asked Brogdon what that biggest emphasis has been over the first couple of days here, and that's what he pointed to: facilitating, passing, going from a good shot to a great shot. A lot of the things we saw this team do at its best last year when it became the number one offense the second half of the season. Joe Mazzulla talked a little bit about lineups today. Seemed like the rotation of guards is something that they're going to experiment a little bit here in the preseason. They want to have different lineups to go to for different matchups, though the base of having that size and having that versatility defensively seems to be his priority in terms of putting a unit out there to start. And it seems like Luke Cornett, the returning center from last year, who didn't play a ton on last year's roster, could actually be in line to start games. And then you get into that second unit of Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White, Grant Williams, at least in certain matchups here. Now that's where Joe Mazzulla may have a chance to differentiate himself a little bit from Ime Udoka. So those lineups are going to be something to keep an eye on. Brogdon, at least for now, looks like he's going to be in that six-man second unit role, off-ball defense, secondary playmaking, and of course shooting. Looked great shooting the ball here at practice today, saying all the right things. And Mazzulla seems very appreciative of the fact that he's willing to be complimentary, willing to sacrifice a little bit to fit in on this team, because there are a number of guys who need shots, who need the ball in their hands. Brogdon, more than anyone else on this roster, fits in perfectly on both ends of the floor. Doesn't have to guard the first option at the guard spot, and then can shoot off of Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and he's had some of the best off-ball shooting seasons of anybody in the league. He also said that he lowered his workload this offseason to try to come in healthier, didn't push himself too hard, and he's feeling good to start this camp after only playing 36 games last year. Garden Report brought to you by calm.com/garden. Get 40% off a premium subscription when you go over there. Sleep sounds, meditation, yoga, and more. And then Athletic Greens. Go to athleticgreens.com/garden for a year's supply of vitamin D, a 5 free travel pack offer. Of course, you get a phenomenal t-shirt for trying either of these. Just email your receipt to John_Zanis. I'm Bobby Manning from Boston. We'll talk to you soon.